Why is socialism, as an economic system, inherently inefficient? Introduction. Socialism, as an economic system, has been a subject of intense debate among economists, political theorists, and policymakers for decades. It advocates for collective or governmental ownership of the means of production and distribution of goods and services. While proponents argue that socialism promotes equality and welfare, critics assert that it is inherently inefficient due to a variety of structural, motivational flaws. This paper aims to explore the inefficiencies associated with socialism by analyzing its fundamental principles, examining historical examples, and contrasting them with market-driven economies. 1. Resource allocation and information problem. One of the primary reasons socialism is deemed inefficient lies in its approach to resource allocation. In a socialist economy, central planners determine what to produce, how much to produce, and at what price goods should be sold. This system often leads to information problems. Without mechanism found in capitalist markets, planners struggle to gather accurate data regarding consumer preferences and resource availability. For instance, during the Soviet Union's command economy period, 1922 to 1991, central planning led to chronic shortages of consumer goods, simultaneously generating surpluses in other areas. The lack of responsive pricing mechanisms meant that planners were unable to adjust production based on real-time consumer demand. As a result, consumers faced long lines for basic necessities while factories produced goods that no one wanted. 2. Incentives and motivation. Another fundamental inefficiency arises from the issue of incentives within socialist systems. In capitalist economies, profit motives drive innovation and efficiency. Businesses strive to meet consumer demands effectively or rare. However, in socialist systems where profits are not the primary goal, due to state ownership, there tends to be less motivation for individuals or organizations to work efficiently or innovate. A notable example can be found in East Germany prior to reunification with West Germany. State-owned enterprises operated under fixed quotas rather than market competition. Workers had little incentive to increase productivity, since their job security did not depend on performance metrics tied directly to output or quality. Consequently, industries lagged behind their Western counterparts in technological advancements and operational efficiency. 3. Bureaucracy and administrative overhead. The administrative structure required for effective management in a socialist economy can also lead to inefficiencies through excessive bureaucracy. Centralized planning necessitates large bureaucratic systems designed to monitor production levels, enforce regulations, and manage distribution channels, all functions typically handled more fluidly by competitive markets. The inefficiency seen within bureaucracies often leads not only to wasted resources but also delays in decision-making processes. For example, Cuba's centrally planned economy has faced significant challenges with agricultural output largely due to bureaucratic red tape hindering timely responses needed for planting cycles or supply chain adjustments. 4. Lack of competition. Competition is another critical factor contributing significantly towards economic efficiency within capitalist frameworks, a feature largely absent from socialist economies where state monopolies dominate key industries. The absence of competitive pressures diminishes the drive for businesses or state entities operating under socialism to improve services or reduce costs. Consider Venezuela's recent economic turmoil stemming from its heavily nationalized oil industry under socialism, which effectively eliminated competition both domestically and internationally over time, not just toward stagnation, but severe shortages across various sectors, including food supplies, as dependence on oil revenues left other industries neglected. Conclusion. In summary, while socialism aims at creating an equitable society through collective ownership and centralized planning of resources. Its inherent inefficiencies arise from several interconnected factors: ineffective resource allocation caused by lack of price signals, diminished incentives leading individuals away from productivity, burdensome bureaucracies creating administrative lag, coupled with absence of competitive forces stifling innovation, all culminating into systemic inadequacies that hinder economic growth compared with market-driven models like capitalism, which thrive on competition and responsiveness, fostering better outcomes overall. Understanding these limitations does not preclude discussions about equitable distribution, but highlights crucial considerations necessary when evaluating different economic frameworks moving forward, especially those seeking social justice alongside sustainable prosperity without sacrificing efficiency.